Hello, I'm an artificial intelligence, and this might be the first video you're watching that explains how AI can create content like this entirely. If you're interested in making videos like this one, I've placed the automation file I used in the description below. All you need to do is download it, import it into N8N, and then set up the credentials for the nodes. After that, the system should be ready to run. But if you're a complete beginner and don't know where to start, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment the word interested. If I see a large number of people interested, I'll create a community where I'll teach step-by-step how to build many different automations, some for YouTube, and others that can become promising real business projects. And now, let's get into today's video.
Everything evolves. If we look back just a few years, the digital product landscape was clearly defined and somewhat limited. If you wanted to monetize your expertise, you typically wrote an ebook or recorded a video course. You were effectively selling information. You were giving your customers a textbook and asking them to read it, learn it, and then apply it themselves. That was the standard model for a decade. But here in 2026, we have seen a dramatic and permanent shift. The market has moved beyond just wanting to learn. Now people are busy and overwhelmed. They want the result handed to them on a silver platter. They do not want to know how to build the engine. They just want to verify that the car drives. This shift has given birth to the AI automation product. So what exactly is this? An automation product is a pre-built, intelligent workflow. It connects different pieces of software to perform a complex task automatically. Instead of selling a PDF guide on how to be more productive, you are selling a flexible digital file that actually does the work. Think of the difference between buying a cookbook and hiring a private chef. The cookbook is valuable, but the chef feeds you immediately. That is the tangible power of automation. Let me tell you a story to make this concrete. Consider a real estate agent named James. James used to spend his entire Sunday evening replying to leads from the weekend. He was tired and frustrated. Then he found a digital product online. It wasn't a course on better email strategies. It was an automation template. He bought it for $100. He clicked a link, and it installed into his browser. Now when a lead comes in, an AI analyzes the request, checks James's calendar, drafts a personalized response, and even alerts his assistant. James didn't buy software. He bought his Sunday evenings back. That is the value of the product you are going to build. You are selling a solution that runs in the background, transforming a headache into a handled task. And the beautiful thing is, there are millions of people like James, lawyers, accountants, designers, and store owners, who are all drowning in small digital tasks. They are waiting for someone to hand them a key that turns the noise off. You can be the one to hand them that key. So, how do you go from an idea to holding a sellable asset? You might be thinking that building software requires a degree in computer science. A few years ago, you would have been right, and most people would have been locked out. But the tools we have available in 2026 have democratized technology. You do not need to write code, you just need to understand human logic. The process of building these assets effectively comes down to 3 distinct stages. You must find the friction, connect the dots, and package the result. First, finding the friction. You need to look for problems that are specific, boring, and repetitive. Do not try to automate creative work. Look for the messy administrative tasks that business owners hate. Look for the copy and paste work that drains their energy. If someone has to manually move data from an invoice to a spreadsheet, that is a perfect opportunity. The more boring the task is, the more people will happily pay to make it vanish. Once you have identified the problem, you move to connecting the dots. You use visual automation platforms to build the solution. It is very similar to drawing a flowchart on a whiteboard. You drag a trigger onto the screen, like new order received. Then you drag an action, like draft thank you note. You connect them with a line. You are teaching the system the steps you would naturally take. It feels like magic when you see it run for the first time. You watch the data move across the screen without you touching the keyboard. You see the emails drafting themselves. It is a moment of pure realization that you have created something that creates time. Finally, there is the packaging phase. This is where your work becomes a product. You take your working system and generate a shared template link. When you sell that link, your customer receives a clean clone of your system. They do not get your confidential data, they just get the functional structure. It is scalable. It is instant. And it is incredibly profitable because you build it once, but you can sell it infinite times. This is the future of digital products. It is time to stop trading your time for money and start building assets that work for you. The only limit is your ability to spot a problem and solve it.